Hey, they said it would never have it. That's Scar, the one character who's been lurking in the shadows of Wuthering Waves since the earliest arcs, would never become playable. But, according to the latest rumors echoing through the community, Scar might finally be stepped out from behind the curtain in the upcoming 3.x arc. The idea alone has already split the fan base in two. Those who are ready to embrace the chaos he brings and those who think it's far too early for his redemption or return to the spotlight. Yo! Welcome back to the channel. Kamusta po sa inyong lahat? Keep in mind that all of this information is still subject to change. But if you're planning ahead and want to save asteroids for our fusion-powered boy, check out the loot bar link in my description and pinned comments. You can get savings of up to 25% plus an extra 10% when you use my link for your first order. Loot Bar offers discounts on monthly Lunite subscriptions, battle passes, and Lunite top-ups, and is trusted by thousands of WoA players with excellent Trustpilot scores. Their mobile DIY top-up system gives you those discounts safely without ever sharing your password. Use my link in the description or pinned comments for an extra 10% off your first purchase, and big thanks to Loot Bar for sponsoring this video. Now, let's get back to it. For players who might not be caught up, Scar has been a recurring figure with a complicated role in the narrative. Once a brilliant strategist turned rogue, he's been operating in the gray zones of the story, always one step ahead of everyone else but never fully committing to either side. Recently, his presence has grown even more volatile. Qiuyuan, the relentless enforcer of order, is now hunting him down. This isn't just another subplot, this is a direct promise of confrontation, a battle of ideals, philosophies, and power, the hunter and the hunted. And when those two finally meet, it's bound to reshape the world as we know it. But the question on everyone's mind isn't just about whether Scar will be playable. It's about what his arrival means for the rest of the 3.x roster. More specifically, does this mean Geshu Lin's long-awaited debut will be delayed yet again? Hopefully not, because both Scar and Geshu Lin have been two of the most anticipated characters since the game's launch. The fandom has been holding its collective breath for their arrival, and it would be a shame if one's debut came at the expense of the other. And speaking of Geshu Lin, the plot thickens. According to some data mine hints and dialogue leaks, it appears that he might have become a Threnodian Resonator under Ovethrax. That alone changes everything. The Threnodians have always been mysterious and unnerving, and if Geshu Lin has indeed aligned himself with them, that opens the door for one of the most intriguing storylines we've seen yet. The layers of political tension, moral ambiguity, and emotional stakes could easily make the 3.x arc one of the game's most memorable chapters. It's also worth noting that Geshu Lin is set to make an appearance during Qiuyuan's story quest. This intersection of narratives isn't a coincidence. Wuthering Waves has been carefully weaving its storylines to lead towards this point, and it feels like the pieces are finally starting to click into place. Qiuyuan chasing Scar, Geshu Lin working under Ovethrax, and the question of what these alliances really mean. It's like watching a storm slowly form on the horizon. We all know it's coming, we just don't know how hard it's going to hit. But while we're talking about the future, let's take a quick detour to the present. Version 2.8 is shaping up to be a chaotic prelude to all this, especially with Buling's arrival. Apparently, Buling can sometimes be electrocuted by her own abilities, which causes her to stall and become disoriented. It's just a bizarre yet fitting mechanic that perfectly captures her personality and design. Timing her abilities wrong doesn't just lower your damage output, it outright punishes you. And honestly, that's exactly what makes her so interesting. Buling's kit seems to reward precision and rhythm, much like Chisa. Both of them represent this idea that combat isn't just about button mashing, it's about flow and awareness. You mess up the timing and the game makes you pay for it. It's almost poetic that yin and yang are the thematic undertones of this design philosophy. For every surge of power, there's an equal risk of collapse, and in a way, that's what makes Wuthering Waves' upcoming updates so exciting. They're not afraid to experiment with gameplay that mirrors the narrative tension of the world itself. Now, returning to Scar, the implications of his arrival go beyond gameplay. He represents unresolved history, emotional baggage, and the unpredictable nature of chaos. If the rumors are true, his playstyle will likely mirror that. High risk, high reward, possibly even unstable in certain conditions. It would fit his character perfectly if this kit demanded constant control to prevent it from spiraling out of hand, much like his own personality. If Scar does release within the 3.x arc, we might also see a seismic shift in how future Resonators are written. The narrative stakes have been climbing with every patch, and introducing Scar as a playable character would signal a turning point. It would mean that the developers are ready to start resolving long-standing storylines while setting up the stage for the next big conflict. The way Qiuyuan's pursuit connects to this suggests that the next few updates are going to be less about isolated events and more about the inevitable convergence of all these characters' fates. And that's where Geshu Lin re-enters the conversation. If Scar embodies chaos, Geshu Lin might become his counterweight, the calm before the storm, the one who understands the cost of imbalance. Whether he's aligned with Ovethrax willingly or not, his story quest appearance during Qiuyuan's arc might reveal the real reason behind his transformation. It's this constant push and pull between order and entropy that makes the Wuthering Waves narrative so rich. So, as we brace for the 3.x arc, the stakes have never been higher. Scar's rumored playability isn't just about a new unit joining the roster. It's about the ripple effects his presence will cause, narratively, mechanically, and emotionally. And if Geshu Lin truly stands on the opposite side of that spectrum, then we might be looking at one of the most compelling dualities the game has ever presented. Scar and Geshu Lin, Qiuyuan and Ovethrax, balance and chaos, everything is starting to align and the anticipation is electric. So keep your eyes on the horizon because when Scar finally steps into the light, the world of Wuthering Waves will never be the same again. If this video resonated with you, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Ring that bell for massive version 2.8 and 3.x gotcha luck. Thank you so much for watching. Maraming salamat po and I will see you in my next video drop. Goodbye.